Hi guys, and welcome to Mental Mondays. So first of all, I want to say thank you so much for the response to my last video. I was super scared to put it up, and it just goes to show when you step out and take a chance, things can happen that you never imagined. I am very proud of it. I'm very excited to be starting this journey. I'm also really scared, but that's why they call it a journey. Thank you guys for that, and if you haven't seen it, go check it out. I will link it on the screen right here and in the description box. So for this week's Mental Monday, I actually wanted to talk about something that I have always been super interested in, and kind of just, I've noticed more and more lately how it's affecting me and how it's affecting the way I interact with people. So I want to talk about being an introvert versus being an extrovert. Being an introvert means you keep to yourself more, you're a much quieter person, you value alone time a lot. Actually, you need being by yourself to rejuvenate you, and that being in crowds or being with people can be draining. Being an extrovert is the exact opposite of that. It means you need people. You need to talk, you need to interact, you thrive on interaction, and it's how you are refreshed and rejuvenated. And actually being secluded and being alone can be very, very emotionally painful for you. Not in a codependent way. It just rejuvenates you. It's how you work, is you need people. And there's both types of those people. A lot of people are introverted, a lot of people are also extroverts and thrive on social interaction. I myself am an extrovert. I do value being by myself. I do value being independent, and I thrive on quality time so much. It's my love language. I'm a verbal processor. I've told you guys this many, many times. It's what refreshes me, to be able to have that quality time with someone and talk about what I'm feeling, talk about what I'm thinking, just talk in general and share things back and forth with another person. That connection is very rejuvenating for me. There's just something about it that energizes me, and I feel so much better after I get to catch up with somebody I haven't talked to in a long time, or get to do something with somebody, and then I'm ready for alone time. I am totally up for vegging in front of my computer or TV and not being super social for a while. The funny part is I get a lot more of that than I do social interaction being at camp. There's not a lot of people on camp that are our age. We're an hour away from everybody else we know, so it's hard. All of my family and friends are 3 hours away, but there are ways of helping that. Just on the conversation side, there's so many ways to keep in touch with people nowadays. I mean, I've randomly FaceTimed with some of my friends. I've randomly started major Facebook and iMessage conversations. That really, really helps. It helps having them there to talk to. And this has really challenged me in our marriage to be more thoughtful about who else I'm interacting with, because it's not fair to only have each other for many reasons. And Andrew doing the Fire Academy really helps him with that. He's made a lot of new friends and connections in town, which is really great. For me, it's a little more difficult. There's not a ton for me to get involved in. I mean, I could do the Fire Academy also. There are other girls doing it. It wouldn't be weird, but that's just not really my thing. And I do feel like we should each have our own separate things. So I have been trying to figure out what, as an extrovert, I can do and get involved in that would kind of help me with that. And there have been more people online that I've been interacting with through YouTube, through Facebook, that have been really great getting to talk and having somebody on the other end that you can just talk with about anything, and they're there, they understand. And it being on a device really helps because you keep it with you all the time. Like, there's very few times where that person or group would not be substantially available if you needed them. So that has really been something I've been trying, and making the effort to intentionally leave time to go into town, and making the effort for us to get off of camp, get out of the house, go do something in town instead of hanging out at the house. And of course, YouTube, making the videos, that helps too, because I'm sharing all of it. I'm expressing it, so it's not all in my head. One of the other difficulties with being an extrovert I found is I struggle with the balance of oversharing. I am such an open book that I kind of feel like I need to get a ton of stuff out, and I don't hold very much back. I've never been one to be super concerned about what other people think. There are certain topics that are harder for me than others. Everybody has their insecurities. But for the most part, I more struggle with, like, okay, am I oversharing right now? Like, am I just word vomiting everything I'm thinking to them because I have so much I need to express? And some of that is making sure I don't let it build up. And also part of that is the thriving off of conversation and connection and quality time. So I have struggled with that balance. So I don't know if anybody else has noticed the way being an extrovert or introvert has affected their life, but these are things I found that I think are super interesting. It's really intriguing to think about how society works in the social interaction realm, and what's okay to share, what do people feel like isn't okay to share, what the social boundaries with sharing is, and how introverts and extroverts really react to that. Because I know I have had conversations with people that are very much introverted that have actually had the opposite struggle, where they're not struggling to overshare, they're being told that they aren't sharing enough. That's something to talk about too. Like, do we, ironically, as I'm putting this on YouTube, do we share too much? Do we expect to share too much? Or do we critique people for sharing? That's super interesting to me. So I would love to hear what you guys think. I think this is a really great Mental Monday topic because everybody can relate to being an introvert or an extrovert, and I would love to hear the stories that people have of being either one of those and how it kind of plays a part in their life. If this video helped you in any way and if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and share it with all your friends. Click subscribe so you can see if the next video comes out. The next video probably will be my first doctor's appointment. That is exciting. And I will see you guys in that video. Bye! The thing I am starting on, the journey I am starting, is on the infertility. I have always dreamed of being a mom. Since I can remember. I flock to babies. I love hearing birth stories. I love hearing pregnancy stories.